Welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. Recommend our podcast to your friends and family. This way more people will learn the truth about the war in Ukraine. Spread the word, people, spread the word. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 219 days, Ukraine defends itself against the forces of the Russian invasion. Yesterday, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed decrees on formal annexation of Donetsk, Lugansk, Kherson and Zaporizhia regions of Ukraine, larger parts of which are controlled by the Russian army, reports Radio Liberty. Putin stated that it was the will of the people of these lands based on fake referendums conducted under threat in those captured regions. The Russian president called on Ukraine to immediately cease fire and resume negotiations, but warned that the status of these four regions will not be discussed from now on. World leaders have unanimously stated that they won't recognize these new annexations conducted by Russia and expressed their support for Ukraine, reports Interfax Ukraine. Japan, France, Israel, Georgia, Poland, Slovenia, the Baltic states and many other countries said that they won't recognize these actions of the Kremlin. The US, the UK and Canada have already announced new sanctions targeting Russian officials and the economy. After the ceremony of annexation conducted in the Kremlin, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the nation, reports Radio Liberty. He stated that Ukraine is ready for a dialogue with Russia, but obviously this is impossible with the current Russian president. The president also noted that only the expelling of the Russian occupiers from all the territory of Ukraine would return peace, and Ukraine will follow exactly this path. Zelensky called on members of the Ukrainian parliament to adopt a law on nationalization of all Russian assets in Ukraine. He also announced further sanctions against Russia. The president of Ukraine, along with the prime minister and the head of the parliament, signed an application for Ukraine's rapid NATO accession. Zelensky said that de facto Ukraine has already proven interoperability with the alliance's standards, which are real for Ukraine, real on the battlefield and in all aspects of its interaction with NATO. Quote, "We trust each other, we help each other and we protect each other. This is what the alliance is, de facto." Unquote. He added that now Ukraine is applying to make it de jure. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, commenting on this application announced by the President Volodymyr Zelensky, stated that Ukraine has the right to choose its own path, reports NVUA. He stressed that the decision on membership must be made by all 30 members of the alliance. According to the political sources, Ukraine's announcement was a complete surprise for the Biden administration, reports Ukrainska Pravda. Russian forces shelled the cars of the humanitarian convoy with civilians in Zaporizhia region, reports Ukrinform. At least 30 civilians were killed, including 2 children, and 88 were wounded, including 1 child. According to the National Police of Ukraine, the attack was conducted with S-300 missiles modified to cause more damage to people than infrastructure. Volodymyr Zelensky said that the Russian military knew where their missiles would hit and that no humans could have done something like that. The president stressed that those who played a part in this crime will be brought to answer. In his evening video address, the president of Ukraine said that Ukraine is confident in its victory and has taken the initiative in the war. According to Zelensky, Ukrainian forces are getting tangible results on the battlefield right now and have achieved success in Liman and liberated settlement of Yampil in Donetsk region. Regarding Liman, the media reported that Ukrainian forces are trying to encircle a large number of Russian troops in the area. According to the US Institute for the Study of War, Ukrainian forces will likely capture or encircle Liman within the next 72 hours, reports Ukrainska Pravda. Based on the Russian sources, experts say that Russian forces still control Liman but have withdrawn from other important positions. For example, from Drobyshevo, around 6 kilometers northwest of Liman, and Yampil, about 13 kilometers southeast of Liman. Russian sources claim that they still control one road coming out from Liman. If you like what we do and would like to tip us, you can now do so directly to our PayPal. Check out the link in the description to this episode for more details. And as usual, you can subscribe to our Patreon. In gratitude for your help, we will give you access to a series of exclusive episodes on wartime life in Ukraine. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.